you know, I'll be honest, I don't know the answer to this. Do you, Mark? I mean, is it a good day for democracy, or...?
Well, what is democracy? I mean, I think you've hit the nail on the head. It's extremists versus extremists.
Yeah.
And that's where the problem is in the world right now. We've got all these extreme ideas, and common sense seems to have gone right out the window. You also know my thoughts on this, that as a broadcaster, I didn't even want to bring up this bloke's name or even mention him and give him any publicity whatsoever. But I'm a Johnny foreigner. I came to this country in '92. And it was a 5-year plan, and I've been here 17 years because there's lots of things about this country I really like. And the fact that you do get both sides of the coin. There is the argument. There is half a brain exists within this culture. And yes, this bloke needs to be let in. Hopefully the man doesn't come in. We're not asking for trouble and he doesn't incite anything.
Well, if he does, then we'd have a good reason to throw him out.
Yes,
he has to
course.
respect the law of the land.
Now, hopefully... Now, we know what England's like, and, well, Britain, of course, but England, that's where he's coming. Yeah. People will just go, oh, well, I can't wait till he goes. So, of course, it's important that we hear what he has to say so that we can make our own opinions and go...
Does it mean, though, if we're going to let him in, that we then have to open the door to revered by some preachers of hate? Holy men whose views I totally loathe and despise, but they are views they hold within the confines of their religion, distorted views on their religion, and they have many supporters. Are they entitled to come in as well?
Well, if we're going to call ourselves a democracy, we have to say yes to this.
That's right.
It's not... Joseph Stalin would have different ideas.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's really...
The racism, it needs to be confronted instead of evading the situation.
It's really true. Yeah, there needs to be the debate as to what is this bloke on about.
But do you feel, then, if we let this guy in, that we have to let the preachers of hate in as well? I don't understand, you see. I mean, you can make an argument that he's a democratically elected MP from a fellow EU state, what, 55, 60 miles off the British coast. So it seems preposterous to refuse him entry, just like it was preposterous when we dubbed out the voices of members of Sinn Féin. But if we are going to let him in, do we then have to open the door to others? Come on, Gail.
Well, by banning him, then, you know, he was posing as a martyr. I don't know the answer to this question. I don't know at all. I don't know.
Do you know, Jimmy? I mean, presumably you have problems like this back at home.
We do. It's a big problem. I'm all for freedom of speech.
Right.
But it's really time for all of us...
It comes with a but now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's time for all of us to have a little restraint. I mean, what's his end goal here by creating this film? What does he want to create? I mean, we all need a little peace in the world right now. People's lives are depending upon it. And you know what? There's extremists in every sect out there.
Absolutely.
And to give audience to somebody like this is really what he wants. He wants celebrity out of creating a film.
But by not letting him in, he got loads of press last time.
Yeah, that's what he wanted.
The British government
played right into his
censoring
hand.
his views, you know, silencing an EU member.
So I think it's terrible. I think it's sad.
Do you think there's a quid pro quo? If we let him in, then we must also open the door to preachers who may say stuff that we don't like?
It's a grey area, but I think it's incumbent upon the media and others not to give it an audience. I think that's the biggest problem.
If the law is to incite racial hatred, that has to happen before you can do anything.
Yes.
So if they do come in and it starts up, beaut.
But if they've said stuff before they've entered the country, wherever they live, and we're aware of that, we can take a view, should we take a view, that, well, they might say the same stuff in this country, and that would be offensive, that would cross the line. I think we have to wait till they come here and say it, and then we deal with the problem. I think. I don't know. As I said right at the beginning, I do not know. I do believe in free speech, though. Let's hear what you have to say. Kirsty.
First, we have Tony on line 1.
Tony, good morning.
Good morning.
So, should he be allowed in? Is it a victory for free speech that he is finally being allowed in?
Well, yeah. I'm a firm believer that people should be given a chance to air their comments and views, whatever they may be, and then for people like me, the public, to decide on what they're saying. Everybody has an opinion, everybody has a view, but I think by not giving them an opportunity to come in, I think creates far more attraction by the general public, and I think they gain support.
Are you of a religious persuasion yourself?
I'm a Muslim, and a few years back, I didn't used to practice Islam or anything, and it was through comments people made about Islam, it made me investigate this beautiful religion of